So Neil was here, and now he's gone. I don't know where he went. Yeah, Michael Snyder. Who takes a vacation? Ridiculous. No, but in all seriousness, Neil was here just a second ago. And then I turned on the stream, and now he's gone. Oh, this guy. This guy. Oh, it says on there he went fishing. What? How do you know? Seattle Seahawks, we're only back in theory. Because Neil was here and now he's not. He literally just walked away from his desk. I'm here. I don't know where Neil went. In all seriousness, I do not know where Neil went. Where's Neil? Great question, Will. Great question. Where is Neil? Yeah, I think he was like, screw this. I don't know. Maybe he has like performance anxiety. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but
you're gonna hit me with the performance anxiety.
There he is. I was worried there for a second.
Oh man. Hey, fake news on the performance anxiety, guys. This is Neil Hamilton, and welcome to Good Technical. I'm back from a vacation. To where did I go? I was in Kazakhstan. I was arrested on a train for possession of a large amount of cocaine, and then held in a prison where I was tortured and questioned for what felt like a year, but it was actually 7 days.
Did you experience the Fallujah fire hose?
I hesitate to say yes to that.
You don't know the Fallujah fire hose?
No, what the hell is that?
It's General Admiral Aladdin will tell you all about that from The Dictator.
I gotta see The Dictator. That is. I was thinking Borat when I said Kazakhstan. What is up, everybody? It feels really good to be back. I'm with my surly cohort, Mr. Spencer Israel, voted most surly at Benzinga. Big prize for the first person in the chat that can give us the definition of surly.
Yeah, this is true. I apparently, like, everybody at this company thinks I'm incredibly surly, which I guess is fine. And I tried to say, like, I'm surly. What you think is surliness is actually just stress from me, like, always being on stream. And they're like, no, but you're surly all the time. So,
GLBD is GLBD the company that Shopify? Am I getting this ticker right? GLBD.
GLBD.
Oh, this ain't a global. No, that ain't it. Definitely ain't it.
That's not a ticker.
Easy. Wait, man, I had a high tide flag, but I forgot what the damn ticker was.
GLBD is not even.
No, I know. It's a thing. It's got 4 letters. I don't know.
All right. Anyway.
All right, guys, what are we looking at right now? I want to check on some of the tickers that I left you guys with. One of them was CLF. Still in this trade. Why am I still in this trade? Well, the volume is drying out a little bit, but I don't have any like clear signs to get out other than we're hitting some resistance here. Boink. But that line, that's to be expected, right? Get a little sideways consolidation. I'm still doing it. Noob, are you still trading on vacation? No, I'm back. I'm back in Detroit, Michigan, just hanging out. And while I was on vacation, I didn't open my brokerage the entire time until Friday after the close. Because that's just how it is. I mean, maybe in the future I'll be one of those guys that's on Instagram and like I'll have like a lizard tattoo on my arm. I'll be like, I trade all over the world, and there'll be like a giraffe walking by in the background. Look at, I got my laptop out. Grind, work hard until you die. Maybe I'll end up like that. Hopefully I don't. Sheesh. But yeah, so I went out to San Diego to hang out with some very close friends of mine, my brain trust from college. Did a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Some of you guys might not know, I am a rock climber. I knew that I was officially on vacation when I could look at mountain ranges and not see chart patterns. I had officially tuned into nature. Seattle Seahawks knows exactly what I'm talking about. And then I ended the trip by skydiving for the first time, which was boring. One of the most boring things I've ever done. Would much rather be in front of a computer looking at tickers with you guys. But yeah, back in Detroit, baby. What do I think of SPCE? Let's take a look. I had a pick for you guys today. I forgot the ticker, so I got to look it back up. Obviously, we've been here before on SPCE. Let's go ahead and just erase the drawing board and just start all over. So those of you guys that know the show know that the stuff that I have on here is nothing but price and candlesticks, RSI, relative strength index, my momentum indicator, and then my volume with average volume indicated by the golden or yellow moving average here. And then on the right, we've got volume profile. So that's just really number of trades at certain price levels. I didn't do indoor skydiving. I jumped out of a real airplane. You guys want to see it? I'll do SPCE after I show off how cool my vacation was. That's what social media is for, right? Is you show off to everyone what you're doing. Shit my pants once. Shit my pants twice. Third times I shit my pants. And I'm just standing there with my poopy pants there at the bottom, smiling through the pain.
Damn, that hair looks good.
That's I got that like that Southern California I skydive bro hair. And I've never done this more times in my life. Like I go up to the front desk, I'm like, I'm here to skydive. They're like, and I was like,
you're like,
yeah. All right, they're like, can I get your right here on the sheet on the waiver? Can you get a? So yeah, that was something else. All right, so speaking of skydiving, look at space over the past couple days here. So these are day candles, and we got the airplane taking off, and then we got free fall for about 60 seconds here. We're sitting at support. The body is holding. Where this previous body held or actually opened up. And let's see how that lines up with our shares traded. You can see that we're trying to hold this volume shelf right here. All right. So if you guys haven't been watching the show used to be called Get Technical. Now it's just called Volume Profile with Neil.
Shout out, Jake. Ooh.
Yep, exactly. Jake with a W.
Jake with a
Trent from Trent Spider. Shout him out. Congrats on having a kid, Jake. Just want to make sure that I say congrats.
We haven't done that yet on this show, but we should. We should definitely congratulate newborn baby. I think it's Kuba, something like that.
Kuba, born yesterday. Jake, congratulations on being a brand new father from Trend Spider. So guys, make sure that you at Trend Spider and say congratulations today. For the record, Jake did not invent volume profile. It's just something that he loves to talk about when he's talking about Trend Spider.
I associate volume profile with Jake W.
I think a lot of people do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I mean, look, we're getting into an area where we're a little bit below where a bunch of shares are traded. All right, we're in danger zone right now, right? Cue the Kenny Loggins. The top blue line is where the last little spike out was. Now your next little area is going to be right where this wick is. Check this out. This wick lines right up with the next shelf here on the gray, where a bunch of shares were traded. And we're doing our best for that little cat hanging in there. So here's what you want to see, in my humble opinion, for space to be a buy. I don't hold it, so I'm looking for a buying opportunity. If you're currently holding it, it all depends on when you got in. It all depends on when you got in. So we're looking at the daily. What I would like to see is some more consolidation here and a little more cooling off on the RSI. 3 red candles in a row does not create a buying opportunity. We want to see a little bit of an upturn in the RSI following some serious downward movement. So right now, I'd say you've got support at 37.65-ish. But you've got some traps here. I'd say I'm not really interested in this one until it starts getting above these levels. You can trade in between that for sure. For sure. If we break this down into hours, it's a much more detailed picture. But for a swing trade or for a really I get whatever your definitions are for like a short-term investment, not a tremendous amount of interest here from me, just because the percentage change is not really well. So if we're going up to the next shelf, it's like 3%. There's going to be another shelf here at 6%, another shelf at 10%. Meh. Try not to fall in love with names. Space is cool, but
what do you consider? I mean, short term. Like, are you getting in and out same day, or most of yours like swings, couple days? What's your time frame look like on trades?
I use when I say like short, intermediate, and long term, I use the definitions that John Murphy outlined in Technical Analysis of Financial Markets, which is basically short term is days to weeks, intermediate is several months, and then long term is years and higher.
Okay. Let me see if I have a copy of that.
Those are there's guaranteed a copy in the office.
I've got When Markets Collide.
Oh yeah, he's got all the fun stuff. So like, who's the guy that wrote the Da Vinci Code?
Dan Brown.
We have a bunch of like the Dan Brown equivalents of like financial books.
Actually, is that right?
All exciting names, glossy covers.
Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong on that, guys.
Shay, it's good to see you too, man. It's very good to see you. Day trading. So Noob is asking for no day trading for Neil. Don't tell my boss, but sometimes when there's open spots on my calendar, I do some day trading. But I work full time, so I try not to do that too much. But the indicator on the side is volume profile or volume by price. So that's just letting you know shares traded at price level versus shares traded at point in time.
I didn't know, so I was looking into this company more since it was in the news with the trip over the weekend. I didn't know the company's whole business model is basically just tourism for space.
Yeah.
I figured they were like doing some sort of, like something more other than just, hey,
like transporting shit between space station.
Yeah,
or like
something.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, we're just going to take rich guys up to space.
It's Virgin Mobile Space.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Just put it. Yeah, I should just shout it out. Volume profile indicator, volume by price. Shout out Dogwood Toupee for hooking it up. Miles has been a longtime proponent. A little bit of a fanatic, I would say, bordering on fanaticism. Fanaticism. Okay, well, I want to find that damn stock that I was thinking about. Let me check my watch list from right before I took off. Is it Friday picks? No, these all look like dog water. So many watch lists. Hey, can you get Pierce on the phone today, producer AB?
Yeah.
We gotta tell Pierce the watch list at the top. Put a search bar on it.
All right, let me ring him up right now.
Yeah, go ahead and you got his special number, his direct. Was it today? All caps. Yeah, it actually was. My titles for my watch list are such dog shit. Like one is just today in all caps. So that's how I know that it was that day. Do I consider the fundamental for SPCE? No, I don't consider fundamentals for anything. The only thing that I consider that would be like fundamental, like I don't consider like business performance and stuff like that. What I would consider is outside events that would affect the broader market, which you might say is a fundamental element. So just cyclical things, earnings season, Fed updates, interest rates, that sort of thing. Those affect markets, but those are things that are also put on charts and attached to time.
Trading Grounds. We have a lot to discuss with TradingView. Just give me a whole itinerary. Email me, and I'll loop you in on the call. It'll be a whole thing.
Well, we could just add all our stuff to that Google Doc that we share with them. It's called his top priorities for roadmap from Get Technical Crew, and we'll get those right into the product.
And that supersedes any previous obligations that Pierce had. So he'll hop on those like as soon as we get them over.
The devs hate us over there; they really do. Although I got a feeling they hate us everywhere. All right, so we're looking at Nokia. What is up with Nokia today? Well, the price gapped up. I don't know. That's. I don't see anything to. So I don't know. We could play the Launchpad game, and I can act like I have a really good reason for this, which I suppose I do. So the way that you can use volume profile here is just to look at this level of resistance and note that level of resistance is above an area where a bunch of people are holding shares ostensibly, and then breaking above that is going to create a liquidity gap. And that's exactly what we got here in the form of a gap in price. So the way that you could have looked at this is just said, line tool is said, okay, we've tippy tapped this resistance level 3 times. My hypothesis is that when we approach it again, if we break above it, we're going to get into a zone where we can go much higher. And that's looking at the daily. But if we go back, I'm sure this price level shows up again and again. Yeah, pretty important zone here for Nokia. Exact support here, area of consolidation, mid gap here, area of consolidation, actually the neckline for what looks like a bit of a little rounding action. So just an important price level. So, without knowing any particular news catalyst, you could have, I think, reasonably hypothesized that you were going to have a breakout at that level. Also looking at the weekly, you had upward momentum on your RSI. And then you had, if I go back in time, let me go back in time one week. Yep. So I just went back in time a little bit. A little flag action, right? So you got up to a resistance level. You had some downwards consolidation, or a corrective phase, and then you started to try to break out of it. So then you're looking for, probably in a shorter time frame than a week, a solid body candle closing above that. And then if we play, which is we're breaking out of the sloping line of resistance on Nokia, that if we hit play on time, you got it. So that's it from a technical perspective. Was sort of expecting and surprised it hadn't done so this morning. SPY is tanking a bit. Let's take a look. SPY. Well, okay. Let's look at Q. Let's look at the Qs first, because that's the Q and SPY move in sympathy most of the time, but Q is going to have a higher magnitude of movements to the upside or the downside.
We might learn about some mini futures as well from our guest in 10 minutes.
Sylvia Bellrock. The one and only. All right, so let's take a look here, guys. Overbought. Stupid ass. I gotta talk to Pierce. All right. Overbought. Oh.
Pierce.
Overbought. And then now again peeking up on that overbought situation here. Short the Qs. Short the Qs. Hedger positions puts. Europe. So that's what's going on with the Q. So that's going to be something. So that like the Q is looking sloppy toppy. All right. Don't. Hey guys, don't go to urbandictionary.com and type in sloppy toppy right now, because that's not the Benzinga approved definition of sloppy toppy. All right. But right here, we're looking a little sloppy toppy because we're hitting resistance right about the zone that we hit resistance on. We were on daily, so 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago, and we're overbought. That's all there is to it. We need to take a breather. People need to take that young profit. Now the question is, how low is it going to go? Well, let's look at previous support. First line of support is going to be right here, and look how that lines up with this nice little volume shelf right here. People are holding in that position, or at least are willing to buy. I don't know why you guys are laughing. Hopefully none of you went to Urban Dictionary.
KP is saying I thought sloppy toppy was a good thing. I don't know what they're referring to there.
Sloppy toppy. So yeah, it depends on it depends on what situation. All right. It really depends. It depends on what your position is. So yeah, I would say that the support level is going to be around 354. I do think this is
congratulations, Anthony.
Wait, with Anthony. Congrats, everyone! Let's give a big one in chat for Anthony. All right, let everyone, if you can do the emoji, give us one of these skydive bros emojis. What is it called? I forgot how you do it. Finger emoji. No, there's so many. It's
do like rad emoji.
No, there's one. I thought it was like phone emoji. Like it was like the call me.
No.
Oh, there you go. It's called Shaka. The Shaka emoji. If you need to find it quickly on your phone, it's Shaka. I'll drop one in the chat.
The shocker, JG. That's a little bit different.
Little bit different. I don't know if we got that.
Different. That's like
So big shout out to Anthony. Good for you, buddy. Way to be. Okay, so at any rate, that's looking sloppy toppy to me. I just pointed out, if you didn't catch it, like a bunch of other times where we were overbought, when you get a corrective phase. That's just how it goes. How low does it go? Look for previous support. Strong support is going to be right about here. Strong stuff. That would be, if it happens, I mean, shit could go to the moon, you know? But if that happens, that would be like a 6.4% decline on your Qs. So, I mean, it's nothing. Listen, freaking out about these little corrections when we get overbought on the major indices is like being a farmer freaking out when it rains. Yes, it's uncomfortable to be out there in your cute little overalls with your hat on, but ultimately we need it to continue growing our crops. Okay, that's what Dog the Bounty Hunter does. Aloha, bros. Hair goals. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Hair goals. All right, so then I want to get back to the original question. So like, yes, I think hedging the Qs. Yes, I think maybe if you want to get a little sloppy with it, you can definitely just buy some straight up puts. Maybe just short the Qs.
Or
Shaka is a Hawaiian thing. I had that explained to me by someone that was more culturally adept than me.
Conversely, another option to buying puts to QQQ, so you could buy calls of SQQQ.
It's like the same chart but upside down.
Holy shit.
And this is something cool. If you guys can do this on your charting tool, which I can do it with just Q. But a lot of times charts are a lot more clear about what they're doing if you just invert them. It's like, man, it doesn't look like the top, man. Like I got leaps on that. All right, so we go to QQQ and let's just invert it a bit. Let's see what it looks like. Is there an invert? Can I? Logarithmic move scale to left.
Pierce.
Invert scale.
And looks pretty darn similar to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty darn similar. Actually, I was thinking that it might look more round, but this is a poor demonstration of what I was trying to say. But let's see if I can remember the keyboard shortcut. Alt-I, boom, flipped it over. Magic.
Whoa.
Magic. All right, so I want to look at SPY really quick because that's what you guys are getting me off track. All this talk. So here's something a little bit different about SPY. Let's see if we can line these up. SPY is less volatile, so I mean, gosh, this is getting us back to March. Oh, wait, no, this is Jan? Oh no, that's March 20. Okay, jeez. Bless you.
Thank you. Do you know why, by the way, like Q is symbol for short in stock world?
No, do you know?
Yeah, I
Why?
learned over the weekend.
Why?
So you know, like Tesla Q is like
Yeah.
So Q. So if a stock goes to zero and it goes like off the markets, I guess once it goes to zero, they list the ticker with a Q on the end.
Yeah, but why a Q? That's why I thought I was going to get out of you just now.
Why IQ?
What? But okay.
Okay, so you knew that.
I know.
Part.
Yeah. If the stock goes too low to be in the exchange anymore, they add a Q to it.
Yeah.
And, okay. So why a Q?
So I was answering why we do like Tesla Q is for that reason, but the reason for why they do the Q, I find out next episode of Get Technical.
And make sure you like and subscribe, and we will get that answer to you. Do us a favor, if you like this content, you like all this action in your face, as sloppy as possible, make sure you're hitting that like button and that subscribe. Looking at SPY, SPY just looks like it's running out of steam. The candles have gotten a little bit like meow. Probably concerns around what's happening in the external environment, because I know there's something going on, but I don't really pay too much attention. But it's not. So I drew this blue line down here horizontally, this horizontal line, to show when it's really when SPY is really getting overbought, to really show you times when it jumps off a cliff. So those are the levels you want to be watching for on your RSI. Don't leave home without it. This thing right, and you can see it just jump off a cliff at those times. I don't think we're there at this moment. You can see that we're actually below 70, but I mean that's when momentum starts to peter out, right? So okay, so tickers. Whoa, what the fuck is this?
Oh my Lanta. We about to have a squat off?
Hector. And I don't mean any offense when I say this, but your little chicken leg ass coming after you gonna side with Ryan on this? You know what I've been doing? What you know what I was doing all through 2020, Aaron?
I do know.
What was I doing?
You were strapping Jason's barbells or dumbbells that you took from him on the back of your ankles, and you were just doing little dolphin kicks.
Little mermaids is what I call it.
Oh, I almost just kicked my laptop over.
Yeah, but do it. That Aaron got it exactly right. I call those the Little Mermaid. What I was doing in lockdown, I was on my little bed with like I got posts and it's got like the little see-through like silk.
Oh
stuff.
God, Sylvia's here. She's probably like, "What's going on?" All right, I'm sorry.
That's what Sylvia has to deal with this every time she shows up. She's totally used to it by now, I'm sure. I hope so. And I got my copy of the Count of Monte Cristo. All right. This is I'm locked down like the Count of Monte Cristo, doing those little leg lifts. All right. So just Hector, come on. Yeah. Raz, the second Raz saw me for the first time in a couple of weeks, he shouted out in front of a full group of people professionally working, "Neil, your legs got really big." And I immediately started blushing.
Did that help on your skydiving, like having a strong lower base when you landed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, did you see that landing?
It was
I
good.
stuck that landing.
I mean, first time.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. It's me. Boot pants 3 times. Look, you stand right up and walk away. Hey, can I get an iced Americano? All right, good. We have something very special for all of you guys. We've been in a bit of a drought, and now it's time to quench that drought with the lovely sparkling rains of Sylvia Bellrock. Sylvia,
hey, nice to see you. Hi, Aaron and Neil.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Very refreshed. Very happy to be back.
Very good.
Yeah. What has been going on? I feel like we're hitting top territory on the Qs, and I was wondering what you thought.
Yes. I had a position from Friday. I can explain the entry and exit. And today we had this CPI report, and I was actually thinking we're going to see some volatility. The market is going to drop. So I closed right at the report, and then it dumped. And, I gave back some of my profits a little bit, but then it spiked back up, and it's just a little bit frustrating right now because I don't feel comfortable of holding too long to those longs,
Yep.
But then on the other hand, it's not ready to short. Every time I try to short, I get stopped out. So I just gave up on this. But I think now it's almost ready, almost ready.
Well, we're pretty curious. We had a question about SPY. We ended up talking about the Qs. So trying to get an idea of what you see going on with those indexes overall. So I'd love if you could share your chart and show us what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and Sylvia, if it makes you feel any better, I mean, I know you're a very smart trader that uses the technicals. That's why we bring you on this show. And I also gave some of my profits back, not just today, but yesterday as well. The week before. I've just been buying these options that, like, in my head, they're like, oh yeah, this is gonna work out, and they're not working out though. But I think I'm starting to learn it's because I'm not basing them off the technicals. I need to learn some more from you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, first of all. Well, with the options, it's always a little bit tricky, depends on your expiration date and all that kind of stuff. It depends also. So buying options is not always the smartest idea. I mean, if you have if you have very good edge where, for example, last year where the stock market dumped 30%, and then this is going to bounce, and then you start buying a lot of options, this is normally a good idea. But you never know where is the top. So really, if you're trying to bet on the short side that it's going to go down, it might go for a while, and you might end up, if it goes sideways, losing, if it goes up, losing, and you really don't have a lot of edge there. That's the problem with options sometimes. But yeah, they're doable, but it depends.
Hopefully Aaron has learned his lesson.
Yeah, well, through pain,
Well, one of my things, so if I buy like a call on a company and I'm expecting it to go up and it doesn't go up, I'll just keep buying calls on it because eventually it has to come up, right?
Well, if you have a long period of time expiration, so for example, I'm buying also calls on Apple Leaps, but I have a lot of time on those. I have like 1 year, 2 years sometimes on those options. And this is more for me like investing. I'm trying to give it some time to work, and I know I'm not going to profit today or tomorrow. It's going to be next year most likely. Then it is working. But if you're doing like 1 to 3 months, it really has to be in the perfect market and the perfect entry in order for you to profit on those, because this theta is just killing the premium. That's the first thing. And, the price option is based on a lot of factors. It's not only the price itself, if it's going up or down. So, for example, you might have the right idea, you might have the right analysis, but when you're applying options, you still might lose if it goes sideways for a while and does nothing. Or if it goes down and then goes sideways and then up, you still can lose, even though you had the right idea. So that's the danger sometimes with options. You need to give them much, much more time. And if you have like fast moves to the downside, when they're really going down and you think, oh, I cannot buy it because it's going down, that's exactly when you actually shouldn't buy those.
So, real quick, can we get your screen pulled up so we can look at some of your charts? And then what strike price are you looking at on those Apple? Are you looking at like 150, 160?
I'm buying normally in the money option. So I
okay.
normally never buy out of the money, because for me, that's just, they don't have a lot of value, or they don't have any value if they're out of the money. So I'm buying. I like how you're writing this down.
Yeah, I mean, I was buying out of the money calls, and they're all, expiring worthless.
That happens. Yeah,
it makes my Fridays very bittersweet, right? Because it's like a Friday, and it's supposed to be a fun, good Friday, but then I see all my options expiring worthless. So
that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. But that then you have a reason to start drinking over the weekend.
There you go. There you go.
So what I'm doing is normally I'm buying at least 3 months expiration, at least, if I'm looking for a swing trade, and then you have to they have to be in the money, or at least at the money. So I would never buy out of the money, because I just don't have an edge there. And again, you need the perfect market for that, perfect entry. So you better be just buying the stock itself, or maybe futures, trading futures. I've been doing it a lot. It's working better.
Yeah, I know you primarily, when you come on, we talk about futures and even the mini futures. So if you have charts to share with us today, we'd love to have them. If not, I can pull up Benzinga Pro, and we can talk about whatever you're looking at.
Now let's share. I have the screen here.
What is?
Let me see when you see that. Do you see the platform now?
Yep, we got it.
Very good.
Let me bring on Mr. Neil back on.
Okay, he left.
Oh, hey guys! I forgot we were doing a thing. Sylvia, I'm going to be right back and grab a cup of coffee.
No problem.
There are a couple after you take a look at SPY, the Qs, and then whichever ones you're interested in. If you could look at IWM, that would be great. I think IWM just looks like someone just threw up on my floor.
That's a very good point with the IWM. I really hate this one.
All right, I'll be right back. Keep the hate flowing.
Yeah. So the problem with IWM is that sometimes you have something what is working for you, and some instruments are not working for you. And with IWM, it's been really painful recently for me, because every single time I try to trade that, I'm losing. And everyone should have a journal. I hope you guys have a journal and track your trades. But really, the problem with that one is, every single time I went back through April, every single time I tried to trade that, I don't have a single winning trade on this, which makes me think, okay, I just have to stop doing it. It looks like it's not working for me. So analyzing works well, but execution doesn't work well. And as we know, trading is always based on trade idea, trade execution, and trade management. So if you screw up the trade execution on trade management, even if you have the right idea, it's still not good. So IWM, let's check out first the daily chart. This is just really a mess. It's just going sideways for a long period of time, and upside down, trying to, it's not even able to normally trade out of support and resistance. But if you look back here, for example, it holds resistance, breaks down, then goes straight up through resistance again, then breaks through support, makes you think it's going to go lower, then goes straight up through resistance again. And it's doing that all the time, this whole period of time. And this is one of the reasons why it's been hard for me to trade, because if you're using support and resistance, it is just not working properly. And again, now finally it found resistance here, broke down, again broke through this support, and bounced straight back up, and now it looks like it's going lower. So this is definitely not a very good looking chart, and it's much harder to trade. I'm not saying because I'm personally losing on that. It's just harder. Recently it's been choppier, and you always need to catch the right moments to trade those. So look, if you look back, look at how easy it was, even when the Nasdaq was totally choppy back here in, that was the November, December, straight up trend, not even a small pullback, very easy to trade. And this is something what has to do with market cycles. Again, at some point we exit this easy to trade uptrending market cycle and we enter a little bit more choppier. And now this totally turned into a mess here this past months since March. And for me, it looks like it's going down. The next support area is 219, 218. But it doesn't really respect those support and resistance areas, which makes it a little bit harder to trade. And so for me, everything starts, even though I longed this morning YM, I might close this position because everything starts to look pretty bearish. If you look at the 4-hour chart on this one, it bounced here out of this support straight into this previous resistance. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with support and resistance, we broke this low. This is now this was previous support, and now it becomes resistance. Pull back into this area and tried a couple of times to break through that. It couldn't do it, and now it went straight down and it continues lower. So for me, the next test, because normally how everything works is we test one area and then we will go from one area to the next one. So the next support area here is 218, 219. I think it's going to go there before it bounces, or maybe we have to see what it does here. So maybe it comes back down here, bounces and continues lower. So we have to watch that. That's my opinion. So it looks like it's going to go lower. The good thing about Russell though is that you can use it as a pre-indicator. So normally if Russell starts to get weak, what follows are the Nasdaq or especially S&P 500 and and Dow Jones. So you can really use it as a pre-indicator and have it as a advantage. But for trading, I personally stay away.
Yeah, I mean the Russell 2000, of course. For anyone out there that doesn't know, this is the fund that tracks the 2,000 different small cap companies. And yeah, it's been choppy for sure. Maybe that's why it's been hard for you to get winning trades on it, because it seems like it is not really following some of these support lines. It's just kind of trading in this zone, barcoding, if you will, just straight across. What would be a good entry point from you if you see it? Like if you see it go down to this bottom, here, let me see what it is at 215 or around 214.
Yeah, so I think 218, this is the previous support on the 4-hour chart, might be a good idea. And what I'm trying to do there is I'm looking at, if it comes there, I'm not going to straight buy it. I want to see some kind of a reversal candle, something like doji candle, for example, followed by another green candle, something bullish, more bullish candles before I just jump into that.
So you want to see a trend establish upward before you enter?
Well, not really a trend, couple of candles. So if I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, I might look for some candles on the 4-hour chart. I wanted to stop there, start to do some wicks here, which means the bears cannot push it lower through this lower price, for example. Like in this case, look here, it went lower, went straight up, and you see those reversal candles actually look work very good. It pulled back, made another reversal. So I just want to see something that gives me the clue that bulls are stepping in, buyers are interested in buying this, and this is what I'm looking for if I want to buy it, because it can happen also that it goes just straight down and you don't want to buy in this case. So you want it to stop there, build some kind of a bullish formation pattern, like bullish engulfing candles, or there's a setup bull takeover, candlestick formations, that kind of stuff, and then I can look for buying. That would be a good setup.
Aaron, from the trend trading perspective, the individual candles are going to be signs of a trend reversal, so it's not going to establish a trend right away.
Yeah, I don't know if I used the right, trend might not have been the right, but just some sort of, stability, like curling back upward before you enter. So you're not just entering on like a falling knife or entering on these red candles. Yeah. You're waiting for something to show you that it could be a good entry point. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna write this down too.
I like how he's
IW.
writing this down. Nice, very good. But you know, the thing is, it can be also in a not in a clear uptrend. It still can be chopping around, and it might have a lower low, for example. But if it is overall, the overall big picture, if it is in a bull trend, you can still buy those dips. And the good thing is, especially if you're trading those indices, S&P 500 or SPY, IWM, if you trade those, for me, the easiest thing, this is really, I'm trying to tell that also to my members, the easiest thing is to start buying those dips. There's not an easier trade currently than this, because you don't have to pay attention to earnings. You don't have to pay attention to anything else. Also, if you're trying to invest, if you look back what happened throughout the whole years, if you think of the next 10 years, what you want to invest in, there's not an easier thing than investing in S&P 500 and SPY. And every single dip is getting bought up. And since Fed is doing this QE and, they're supporting the market, printing money, they're just supporting it to continue going higher. Of course, at some point it will be over, but on the long run, it is just going higher.
Yeah, and guys, this is I'm being paid to do this. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and in chat, make sure you follow Sylvia Bellrock
I see
on
the
Twitter.
chat now. Yeah. Boeing, someone wants to see Boeing. Yeah, we can check Boeing. BA. I personally really don't like trading that because it is very unpredictable to me. It is just not an easy trade. So first of all, I don't know what's your plan on Boeing. It has support here, 200 EMA it's holding, but most importantly, it has earnings. So earnings means, you just don't know the reaction. And we all know what Boeing went through last year with this coronavirus, overall with this 737 MAX, or what was the name of the airplane. And you just expose yourself. If you're longing, you don't know if this is going to gap down. So let's say you're long here, if it opens here 191, you're just losing. It's, for me, always 50-50. It's like gambling. Again, if I want to gamble, I'm going to go straight here to the strip, to the casino, and I can gamble. But with those earnings, you just don't know what you are putting yourself into. It might gap up and then you're lucky. It might have great earnings and still gap down. It all depends how the people are, the investors are reacting to that. So that's why I personally would stay away, because of the earnings. That's the number one thing. And the second thing is, it is just very, it's losing money. It went through a lot. It's a stock which is not easy to trade on the long side. And for short, it is also not looking good.
All right, so I got a weird one from you. This is from chat. QADA.
QADA. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it doing here. It looks QADA. Let me check out this stock real quick here on my fund days. Or I don't know what is it this stock doing. Do you know that, Neil?
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't know. I'll tell you what the chart is doing. It gapped up and it's consolidating in a really tight manner. I don't know. We wanted to see something a little more discernible.
Nothing for me here, actually. There is nothing. I don't know the gap. So was it here? What did they do? What happened with this gap? First of all, you always want to know what happened, and it looks just going sideways. Provides cloud-based enterprise software. That's a good sector in North America, Europe, Middle East, Africa. So that's a good sector, actually. But I don't know what is this gap up and then sideways. So if you really want to trade that, I would personally wait it out. It looks like a very strong trend here. This is the lower support. This is the breakout area of this stock. So you want to come back at least into the 79. 90, and then you might start looking for some entry. Right now, it's really not doing anything there sideways. So I would not put any money working there at this point.
I got one. This is from Mike. Thank you for the questions. Let's look at QFIN.
Yeah.
I like where QFIN is right now.
QFIN? QFIN?
Yes, ma'am.
QFIN. Oh yes, I know this. Yes, I had it a while ago on the watch list. Oh, that's a good one actually. That's a good one. Here it has a gap. I don't know why is that. Let me check real quick. But the chart looks good though. It pulled back into the 200 EMA, enough potential to the upside. And look, we touched here the 30. So this is something I really want to see. If I'm trading some growth stocks, and this is one of the growth stocks which I've been watching actually. So if you trade those, I want to see a more pullback, and this is what we see here. And especially if it is in this 30 area oversold, 30 RSI, this is a very good sign for a reversal there. I don't know why is this gap though. We need to check this out if there is something wrong. You don't want to end up like Alibaba if the CEO disappears or something like that.
Wait, so investigation claims. Investigation alert.
Yeah, that's a little bit sketchy. Then I would stay away then in this case, because depending on what's going to happen, if it gaps down one more time here, then you don't want to be stuck. Or if you really want to give it a try, just be prepared for any kind of gap down into its small size. It is doable because it has. If you look at the chart looks very good actually. Nice uptrend, breakout, pull back. This gap is not looking good, but as a setup, if you're looking only on the setup, ignoring the gap and the investigation, we have a reversal candle, oversold RSI right here at the 200 EMA, which is actually a very good sign. And for me, it looks actually very good for a long. I just don't like those news and investigation things, because this would make me think that this might gap down one more time, and then if I buy too big size, too many shares, I don't want to get stuck into a gap down. That's all.
So AB, don't buy options yet. We'll see what happens with
buy some out of the money calls on QFIN. You said
now. Do it now. When it's oversold, you must be bold.
Well, in this case, it might be not a bad idea, because look, you have oversold area here, and you're risking only the premium. So if it, of course, you have to know you might lose the premium, but if it gaps up, and if let's say it continues to go higher the next days, you're going to be probably fast in the money. And if it gaps down, you're losing only the premium. And because it is oversold and it had a couple of straight down days, you have just a bigger probability in this case. I'm not saying that's a great, great strategy to do, but you just have here more probability for success.
So there you guys go on QFIN, QFIN. Learned about gray a few weeks ago here on Get Technical. Really? All right, we'll take a look at GRAY. I'm going to pull up on my chart and see if I have any trends. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Yeah, apparently I do.
What?
GRAY.
Apparently we did look at that.
Yeah, got my Science of Humanity.
For what are you looking at that?
So someone in chat wanted to hear about GRAY. Okay. Get your take on it.
So, well, it depends what you're looking at. For me, it looks very beaten down here. Look, if I scroll 3 years back, we hadn't started nicely here. This is an IPO. It's not very old stock here on the market. So it broke out, and at some point it started to decrease here, broke this support gap down. I don't know what was the case, and since then it never recovered. It went from $35 to $3. This is a beaten down stock. It couldn't look. It went into this previous resistance. This was actually a great short trade here. You can short this resistance reversal candle with use this as an entry. So this was actually a very good short trade, and continues lower. So there is not a single sign for a continuation higher. I would not buy this. This is probably some sketchy company with shady fundamentals. So I would not put money on the long side only because it's cheap, guys. Doesn't mean that it's going to go up or it's going to recover. Probably it has fundamentals. Normally, if you see that kind of a downtrend, there is always a reason why it goes down.
It's
And
health
I would
technology.
stay away.
So here's my additional take on that is I would not go long right now either.
Yeah.
But my search is always for broad bases.
Yeah.
And then for a sign that an upward trend is being established. And you have outlined, Sylvia, I think, I'm not sure what price point that is. Let me see really quick. At about 438, you've drawn that resistance line where it got rejected twice. I would like to see a strong upward trend crossing above that, which ideally would get us above the 65 EMA and the 10-week moving average. And then it could be a fun little, at least the first leg of an upward trend swing trade. And the reason I'm saying this is apparently I talked about this on the show before I left for vacation, so I've got to defend it somehow. But I'm not going long now.
No, but that's good. So if it makes something like this where you see it going above the previous resistance, you want to see it going above and then pulls back somewhere, this would be for me interesting. But for now, it is just, every single resistance is getting here sold off, which is a lot of weakness. If you see some kind of a base and maybe, a tiny bit of a base and higher highs and then starting to break out, that might be a good idea. But personally, I don't. This is my personal style because I just don't want buying those beaten down stocks. It could happen that it sets up, but like you said, for now, it is just not there.
All right, what else do we got here? We got VAL.
Okay, let's check VAL. Oh, this looks not bad. Valaris. What is it, Valaris?
All right, quit your bitching, Ron. I just blew the screen up. Hopefully you can see. Put your bifocals on. Sometimes you have to get a little abusive with these guys.
Let me see. This looks not bad, actually. This is a lot of momentum here. I just want to see what they're doing. VAL. Let's see real quick. They are offshore contract drilling services in various water depths and oil and gas industry. Well, that's not too bad, actually.
Love it. Sounds great. Sounds great for the environment.
That's bad, yeah. But overall, it looks not bad. It looks like this is an IPO. Nice move.
You never know what's going to make Sylvia laugh. The pollution
now I
topic
won't buy
really
it. Because of that, I cannot buy it now. I feel too bad supporting it.
Sylvia ESG Bell Rock.
Yeah, but it looks so the chart, of course, the chart looks not bad. Pullback, very nice holding of this tight consolidation and base. So normally what happens is the longer you see that base and consolidation, the more the probability increases that we're going to see an explosive move, and we might see it soon. So I don't buy breakouts, but this looks actually very bullish. If it breaks out here with stop here just below, this might be a good idea.
All right, we are at time, folks. Sylvia, before we let you go, I just have two very important questions for you. Number one is, where can folks learn more from you?
Oh, that's a good question. So, guys, if any of you want to check out my free trading course, check out sylviabarrock.com. So it's my name, and you can find the trading course, which is again free. And also, I'm hosting on Friday a free webinar on YouTube Live. Feel free to join me there too. That would be great. It is on my Twitter, so if you follow me there, you will find it probably.
Very, very awesome, guys. Make sure you check out Sylvia. The second question is, how do you get your hair to look like that?
This is actually, this is my my natural hair.
I knew you were going to say that.
Too busy, first of all, to blow it out. And the second, I'm in Vegas. As soon as you walk out here in the sun, it's dry.
Yeah.
Wait, you're in Vegas right now?
Yes, I moved here. Yeah.
Oh, how fun. Very fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Once I turn 21, I might have to come out there.
Very good.
All right. Yeah, good stuff. Producer AB, thank you so much for being with us. Sylvia Bellrock, you've been fantastic. We'll see you next week.
Thank you too, Neil and Aaron. It was great. Have fun.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's really good to be back. Make sure you take your thumb and your pinky and just like scoop. Don't like smash. Don't slam. Don't press. Just scoop that like button. And you know what? Get the thumb and just kind of smear it into the subscribe button. All right? Go ahead and do that. That would just be good for everybody, I think. So don't be weird. Just do it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. With me, as always, has been producer AB, the unstoppable force of nature, technical analysis, futures trader, and stock trader, Sylvia Bellrock, who is with us every Tuesday. Fantastic having her. Definitely check out that webinar that she was talking about. That woman knows her stuff. Little thing up on my screen, some stock I'm going to do some investigating into here shortly. At any rate, producer AB, this is the part where you shill our next show.
We've got the Benzinga crypto show coming up with Catherine Ross, crypto reporter extraordinaire, and Aaron Thomas.
All right, guys. So make sure you stick around for your crypto education. It's going to be some good stuff.
I was kidding. I'm older than 21.
No, you and I are going to have to talk after the show.
All right. Bang my line, bro. Hey, like this.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun as always. We will see you tomorrow on Get Technical.